Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Ginger Snap, and I'm back. Listen, I didn't want to be back, but I'm back. So, Love is Blind Season 4 reunion. What a farce. What a complete and utter farce. I didn't even want to do a review, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to let them off as easily as they let fucking Jacqueline off and Micah off. But anyways, let's get into it. First of all, Netflix was delayed. What they say, 75 minutes? My dumbass went live and sat there waiting the whole time. This is such a disgrace. And I said it over and over again. I had my wine ready and everything. I had everything scheduled out. Finally, I couldn't wait anymore. I did end up watching it, but I couldn't watch it in the way I had planned to. I have kids to put to bed. I have school to get ready for and work to get ready for the next day. It just ruined my night and millions of other people's nights. This was not what we asked for. This is not what we fucking waited a whole week for. A mess. There's just so much to go over. Let me gather my thoughts. Let me take a deep breath like Arena did. Did y'all see that?
Sorry, just need a minute. I think that
Okay, let's regroup. Number one topic, number one bullet point. Netflix, you're a joke. You charge us how much money? You increase the prices every year. Then you start to demand that we don't share passwords. You know what? We should be allowed to share passwords with fucking all of our neighbors on the block. Because that was bullshit. I couldn't believe it. And if you guys go look on Twitter, everybody, McDonald's was clowning Netflix. Bravo was clowning Netflix. Blockbuster came out from the crypt and was clowning Netflix. We got politicians. AOC was clowning Netflix. It made absolutely no sense how you are a streaming service and you could not get your shit together. A streaming service. And I thought it was the first live streamed event, and that's not true. They live streamed I think Chris Rock's special or something like that. That's what I had read. But in any case, you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. In Brett's famous words, this should not happen. This should not happen. But alas, it did. So anyways, we get over that. So it starts streaming and people are still having problems. I think as of this afternoon, people are still not even able to watch it in its entirety. I was able to watch it, albeit I was exhausted and just annoyed. But I hung in there and I watched it. And so, okay, let's put that to bed. Netflix screwed up. Twitter was hilarious. Twitter was relentless. Clowned the shit out of them. So now, not only that we fucking wasted time waiting for them, but the product that was delivered was straight fucking bullshit. I am about to start a change.org to get the Lacheys off of Love is Blind. Because this show just has... I don't want to say it has so much potential. It has reached its potential. This show blew up. Listen, we true to this. Us number one, day one people who's been watching since season 1, we are true to this. A lot of y'all is new to this. And that's what I said while we were waiting for the show or the live reunion to start. I said, you know what? Netflix got hyped. They got hyped with all the attention the show was getting. Like I said, this show has amassed an intense following. Oh, they fumbled the bag big time. This show has garnered so much attention. When I tell you, and I had hoped to myself that they would increase their bandwidth. I was hoping it wouldn't crash because the popularity of this show, I like to watch trends and follow trends. When I tell you Love is Blind is so big right now, like it is huge. So Netflix got hyped and said, oh, let's do a live reunion. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. Okay? What y'all had going was fine. Y'all went and got excited and got involved in all the hubbub and the excitement that y'all made a decision and didn't even follow through. So that's number 2. That's their error, trying to switch up a format that did not need switching up. Number 3, like back to what I was saying, change.org. We need Vanessa Lachey, Vanessa Minillo. Okay, fuck that Lachey shit, because Nick Lachey wasn't that bad. Vanessa Manillo must be stopped. She was horrible. She's a horrible host. She's biased. And did y'all see, even Paul called her out? Paul said she's biased, because I understood what Paul was trying to say as it pertains to Micah. But Vanessa, for some stupid, idiotic reason, or maybe she just wasn't getting it, just kept hammering away. She hammered away at the wrong parts. Hammered away at the wrong people. But anywho, so that was number 2. Number 3 loops in with Vanessa Minillo. It's just the wrong people were held accountable, quote unquote. The people who were supposed to be held accountable, Micah should have gotten more. Micah sat there looking like a fucking wounded poodle, trying to get everybody to feel sympathy for her. Nobody feels bad for you, Micah, because you and Arena freaking frack. And did y'all notice Vanessa Manillo stole my freaking frack, but she referred to Paul and Micah, Paul's mom and Micah, as freaking frack. They are not freaking frack. And she shouldn't have said, the way she used it, she didn't even use it right. That was cringe. And Paul was like, no, they're not. But we'll get to that. So, why wasn't Jacquelina there? So if you guys go look at Jacquelina's social media, allegedly her and Josh were receiving death threats. Death threats from who? The Marshall Army? Who are y'all getting death threats from? That was a lie. And I am pissed, as are many fans, that she was let off the hook. It's not fair. So rather direct her with the vitriol that she directed at everyone, Vanessa just ha 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 in their little segment and just let her go. And fucking Josh just sat there looking like a fucking drunk Yoda, not really saying much. It just, they're gonna get their karma. Jacquelina is going to get her karma. Mark my words, because what she did, her timeline, I don't give a fuck if she broke up with him the day before. Like I said, and you know what? To my surprise, many other YouTubers said it too. The way she planted a kiss on him when they met up at the cafe, they had been fucking around before then. Why should we believe her now? This girl is a hood rat. She's a farcical hood rat of the lowest depths. Anyways, all right, so let me gather myself, because I really didn't even want to do this, and I just feel duped and gypped by Netflix. They fucked up a good thing. Everything was going fine with Love is Blind. Everything was fine. Then you wait till the biggest season to try to remix. And Vanessa Manillo, we need Bravo Andy. We need Andy to come and host. We need Lala to host. We need Iyanla. Can you imagine Iyanla hosting? We need Oprah. Oh my God. Can you imagine if Oprah hosted? We need Oprah, Andy, Nene Leakes, even Tamar. Ooh, Tamar. Lala. People like that. What the? Vanessa? We haven't heard from Vanessa Manillo since TRL. Y'all remember TRL? My millennials, 80s babies, y'all remember TRL? That's where Vanessa Manillo came from. Listen, all y'all newbies and Gen Zs and whatever, look up Vanessa Manillo. Not this Lachey, Manillo. TRL, Total Request Live. That's her claim to fame. Fuck out of here. Anywho, so, okay, let me see how much I remember, because I was on my way to bed and I was trying to watch this. So, I think it starts off with Chelsea and Kwame. First, they greet everybody, okay? Chelsea and Kwame, they're looking good. Chelsea had a beautiful, it was like a salmon pink kind of dress. Beautiful as always. Bliss had a lavender number on, and Zach and her match. She had like a lavender handkerchief, lavender tie, lavender sock down to the socks. Just beautiful. Brett and Tiff, again, super beautiful couple. And I think they must be the network's favorite. They are Netflix's favorite couple, because if you go look on their Twitter, it says Brett and Tiff forever or something like that. I'm going to see if I could put that up. So they're a favorite. They're a fan favorite, and they're a network favorite. So they were beautiful. I don't know. Is it me, or did Tiff seem a little too quiet? She's very quiet, but I guess there's nothing really for her to say. There was no scandal with her as much. Their love story just turned out beautifully. There was no, not much controversy with her and Brett at all. The only controversy was when Brett said this should not happen with his pants. That's pretty much it. So I think that's why Tiffany doesn't have much to say, but they look beautiful. I think she had like a white dress on. They look beautiful. And Brett had a custom made, I think his suit or his outfit was custom made. Beautiful. Paul, listen, I'm digging Paul, y'all. I love Paul. I didn't notice him as much before, but the more I hear him talk, and he speaks smartly and analytically, that's my type of guy, because I'm the same way. He's very even keeled. He's very measured. Paul, that's my guy. I love Paul. He came out with a heartbreak pictures of a heartbreaking on his shirt. Heartbreaking, you got the best of me. That's how he came out, and he was throwing shots through fashion. Okay, Paul. And then we have frickin' Frack on the other end. They just looked pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And if you guys notice, all on everyone's social media, and I think I want to do a video, because in the beginning of the series, I did a video detailing their following. So I want to see how their followers have changed. The power of social media, y'all. Listen, reality show, social media, reality TV has had a bad rap. It can literally transform your life. So I want to compare a then and now of their following. Most of them have blue checks now. Even what's his name, Josh, calls himself having a blue check. I said, what's your cauliflower ear? Anywho, but I think Marshall is he's the most popular. I want to say he's around 300,000 followers, but people buy followers as well. So then there's that. So yeah, so we start off. So everybody looked good. Irina, her makeup looked good because, she's a crater face. So they made sure to fucking airbrush the crates off her face. So they did a good job. Otherwise, I didn't really pay attention to them. Micah, even under the makeup, she looked really sallow. She has jowls. Her face was drooping. But you know what? In her defense, she found out what Paul had said about her on Friday. So she's still reeling. So it's fresh for her. But listen, this is part of the game. You're dating. This is part of the dating game. You guys dated okay, you got engaged, but literally you guys were really dating for a month. Relax, girl. It's not that deep. This is a small blip in your life, like they all kept saying. This is a small blip in your pathetic life. You should have thought of that when you guys were being nasty. I couldn't believe how much came out with how nasty Irina was being. Irina is a vile human being, and Micah is just a follower. So you know what? Birds of a feather, Micah. That's what you get. Follow a proper person, not that trash that you chose to follow and laugh at people and giggle and do stupid shit while y'all was in the house. You should have thought about that. Now look at you. Everybody's happily married, but frickin' Frack. Paul is living it up. Okay, in his singlehood. Listen, he's a white, straight, educated male. He will be all right. He's gonna be in these streets knocking these bitches down. Okay? Shit, Paul, call me. All right? Anyways, so we start off. I guess there was a scene that was not aired where basically Irina and what's Chelsea? Irina and Chelsea had a little powwow about her and Kwame having a little, that little conversation they had near the pool in Mexico. And, again, here we go with Micah. Oh, and blah, blah, blah. That's when they're explaining and trying to defend themselves, and they're like, and, I think I said something along the lines of, pathetic. Hold on, there's a black cat staring at me. Hold on. Toi de moi, Satan, quand il est écrit. Okay, sorry. My bad. Listen, I don't fuck with black cats. So whenever I see a black cat, I yell out, "Toi de moi, Satan, quand il est écrit." And that's French for it's I forgot what verse it is. It's "Away from me, Satan, for it is written." I'm a mess, y'all. I'm a mess. Anyway, whenever I said it, listen, they run away. They run away, and he hauled ass out of here. Let me catch you in these streets again. Listen, the Haitian culture, we come with a lot. That's another story for another day, but I will do a video about Haitian lores and, stuff of that nature. But anywho, back. All right, let's get back to Micah and Chelsea. So Micah and Chelsea were talking about, so her and Kwame and them patching it up and the breakup and the engagement, the failed proposal and all that. Chelsea was like, bitch, listen, I don't give a fuck, okay? I understand. I'm mature. I wasn't there to play games. I'm a real ass bitch. All right. I was there to find me a man, find my husband, and I did find my husband. Where's your husband? Basically, that's what Chelsea said. Chelsea is that girl. Chelsea is mature. Chelsea is self-assured. Total opposite from Micah and her. That's all she just rambles on and not saying shit. Chelsea didn't care. And that's mature because Chelsea is mature enough to know that men will entertain multiple women. They were not, they weren't even married yet. And a lot of people believe that as long as you're not married, you're still single. Never mind you're engaged. Never mind you're exclusive. As long as you're not married, you are single. She understands that it was a reality show. The circumstances were they were not conventional. So she knew what to expect going into this experiment, okay? So Chelsea she didn't give a fuck about nothing that Micah was saying. So, okay, that's over and done with. What else did they touch on? They touched on Mike. I think Kwame was running his mouth too about something, and he was about to break up with Micah and what was said and back and forth and this and that. Listen, they're married, they're happy, they love it, I love it. Maybe they'll start to look alike, okay? Maybe Kwame will give Chelsea ain't got no lips. Maybe Kwame will give Chelsea some of his lips. Chelsea got a pointy ass nose. Maybe Chelsea will help to elongate Kwame's nose. Who knows? They like it, I love it, okay? They're happy. That's it. On to the next. And they live together. They have a beautiful panoramic apartment. It's just beautiful. I hope the best for them. I think Kwame is becoming more likable to the fans. I'm warming up to him. He also explained in detail, and he kind of threw a shot at Netflix about the whole name situation, where the whole point was blind, right? He has a point. The whole point is love is blind. So you don't want to give any clues as to your features, your aesthetics, your race, okay? So that's why he said he wanted to use his first name, Alex. I thought that he was using a fake name, because for me, when I used to go out to the club and I didn't want people to give guys my real name, I used to say my name was Tamika. One guy was like, "You don't look like a Tamika." So I thought Kwame was on that, energy. But no, that is actually his first name. Alex Kwame Makoyo Tokoyo Papayo Apua Api, whatever. I don't know. Beautiful name. I love Ghanaian, Nigerian names. Oluwademi, Oluwas, Oluwatoyin, I just love it because they all have meaning to him. So yeah, that was his whole reasoning. And he did explain that, and he said, I don't know why Netflix didn't air it. Netflix left out a lot of things. They edited this to make the cast members look shady at times, which comes with the territory. They don't give a fuck. So anyway, so he explained that, and he also explained that Barbara is his real sister. Okay, Babaga is his real sister, guys, and Oluwa Desanomin, his brother, I don't know what his name is, or I think that might be Nigerian. Let me stop. I think the Oluwa is more Nigerian because I haven't met a Ghanaian with names like that. But anyways, I know a lot of Ghanaians that will have American names, and then the middle name or the second name is like a traditional Ghanaian name. But anyways, those were his real siblings, okay? And Chelsea has met Mama Kwame, okay? And she has met Kwame's nieces, and they love her. And Chelsea, I just love that she's culturally open-minded. I love that about her. You can tell her dad may be the same way. I love it. Chelsea is that girl, okay? I'm happy for them. They're married. They're happy. Case closed. Let's move on to Brett. Yeah, it was Brett and Tiffany as well. Same thing. They're happy. What else about this should not happen? What else is it about them? Their Netflix favorite. What else? Oh yeah, Marshall was feeling Tiffany, but he said Tiffany was too old for him. How old is Tiffany? Tiffany is 30, at the time was 36. How old is Marshall? Isn't Marshall like 33? I could have sworn Marshall was like 30. If they're only 3 years apart, Marshall, stop. But if Marshall's like 29, maybe he's either 29 or 28 or 33. If he's in his late 20s, all right, I get it. But if he's 33, nigga, you mid 30s, she's trending towards late 30s. Stop it, okay? Shit. But then he's the one that said, he says that he told Brett, Tiff is the girl for you and blah, 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 and all this. And then I guess Brett took her more seriously. I don't know. But their love story is fantastic. I love them. Kudos to them. Black love, black love. They are totally different from Iyanla and... What the fuck was that dude's name? Iyanla and... what was his name? Jordan? Jarrell? The one that was in love with Mallory. A mess. Thank you, Netflix. This is black love, and I just hope they make it. I hope they last. We're rooting for them. Tiffany was a little quiet for my liking, but it is what it is. They look happy. They like it. I love it. Now let's move on to my favorite from the beginning. Zach was my favorite from the beginning. Bliss still sounds like a white woman. Valley girl. Not white woman. I shouldn't say that. Valley girl of that persuasion. And I was right, because people thought, they were all shocked when they saw Bliss. Everybody thought she was going to be blonde, like a blonde. She's like, I didn't make me the way I have. Bliss sounds a hot mess, but I just love Bliss. I stand for Bliss. So let's get into basically Zach confronted Irina. Zach and Bliss went in on Irina. Vanessa, she did hold Irina accountable, but Irina, did y'all see when she took a deep breath and the audience laughed? She was trying to brace herself. She was trying to prepare herself for the bullshit she was about to spew. And it was all bullshit. And it was the same thing Micah said. Icky, comfy, anti-comfy. And I know Zach. Zach was like, bitch, you came on to be famous. Cut it out. Knock it off. knock it the fuck off. You just, everything that Bliss was saying, it went in one ear and out the other for everyone. What else? Vanessa, listen, I was so upset at Vanessa. I don't even remember. I remember her telling her, listen, you was a crater-faced bitch in high school. How could you make fun of somebody else? That part got me. I was dying. Then she gave another politically correct PR response. And I'm going to take accountability. I don't think that I love and I adore that. And Zach was like, girl, you literally tried to sabotage me and Bliss. You did this in Mexico. You did that in Mexico. Oh, and when she got back, no. When they were in Mexico, oh, this is fucked up. Irina texts Bliss and says, you dodged a bullet. Look, I feel for Zach. Can y'all imagine being spoken about like that? Can y'all imagine? Imagine somebody say, yeah, you ugly. Yeah, that person ugly. Yeah, so-and-so is ugly. Oh, but you know what? Zach got his wife, Bliss, don't care. Bliss basically says Zach is blowing up her back. Zach is blowing out Bliss's back, okay? And listen, and I'm here for it. While they sat there, Micah and Irina looking pitiful freaking frack fucking Jezebelians. So yeah, so he put her in her place, read her for filth. You know, the lawyer came out. Listen, Zach was spewing, and he said there was a lot more. He spared her. There was a lot more. And he's just not going to go into it. He said he posted receipts. I couldn't read the whole thing because I was just so exhausted last night. But I think it was alluding to like his mom and self-deletion. I just feel bad because Zach went through a lot. He did. Like I said in my previous videos, you don't know what people have been through. Be kind. Be kind to each other. Try to live your life. And this is the philosophy I live by. Try to live your life where every day you can be sure at the end of the day you did right by everyone that you came cross paths with. You didn't offend anyone, nor you didn't mistreat anyone. Make sure at the end of every day you are able to go to bed knowing that you didn't offend anyone, you didn't mistreat anyone, you didn't mentally abuse anyone, you didn't verbally abuse anyone, you didn't hurt anyone's feelings. That's the philosophy, because I have been there. When I tell y'all I have been dogged the fuck out, I feel for Zach. I have been, and I'm not at the part of my cycle where I'm emotional, so I'm not going to cry. I have been dogged out, y'all. Like, the worst things that can be said about someone, especially someone who but you know what? God is good. God is good. God is my saving grace. And I'm lucky to have friends and family that speak of me positively, that negates all the horrible and horrendous things that have been said about me. I have amazing people in my life that build me up. So again, we don't know what people have been through. I'm glad Bliss is there to hold Zach's head up, to build him up, to lift him up. Not to make up for everything he's been through, but to give him hope. I really hope they make it. I'm rooting for them. And they are in love. You can tell. Bliss, it doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter if he chose her first. That doesn't even matter anymore, because Zach was operating out of a person who was broken. You know, and sometimes we have to give people grace sometimes for, you know, the stuff they've been through. But anyways, so yeah, they handed it to fucking Irina. And again, she sat there looking stupid. And if you see on social media, there's pictures of Tiff, Bliss, and Chelsea together. Nowhere do I see Irina. Nowhere do I see Micah. I see Bliss Bliss, Chelsea, Tiff, everywhere. Past castmates, posting them, posing with them, everywhere. These girls done blew up. And that's how you know this whole thing is a popularity contest. It truly is. So, yeah, Irina, you're done with. You're donezo. You're trash. I'm surprised she showed her face. But that's the only kudos I gave her. She came and she showed her face, her crater face, her airbrushed crater face, and Zach and Bliss proceeded to stomp on it. Case closed. So, again, let's go back to, we got Paul and Micah. So Micah is upset. I think she was on the verge of tears. She was just so hurt, of course, self-absorbed of what Paul said. Paul said she's not nurturing type. I don't see a problem with what Paul said. He's entitled to feel that way. I think the problem that Micah had was he never told her that. He never disclosed to her what he said during his interview after the wedding. She was blindsided. Yeah, she was. This past Friday, she heard that for the first time. But Paul, I don't think Paul thought that what he said was so egregious, you know, that he had to run and tell her before it aired. Mind you guys, this is last year. Paul is a type that I said what I said and then he's done. He walked away. He's not thinking, oh, let me go and tell her. And they did date afterward. So I think that he intended to date her, you know, to see where things can progress. But it didn't. Okay, so they broke up. What is there to tell? He's right. Paul said this. What is there to tell you? You know, shit happens. I'm sure other guys have thought worse of Micah. The only thing is it wasn't televised, okay? So Paul, yeah, I think he was just, I think Paul realized Micah has no depth. Micah, she lacks a personality. She lacks depth. There's nothing else to her. It's giving glib. What are her aspirations? What are her goals? I feel like he was trying to assess that, and he probably felt like he was interacting with a wall. You know, she's very juvenile. Her energy is giving juvenile, and you could tell Paul was just disgusted. Remember, he said he wanted a granola girl. Now I understand what he meant. Someone who's of the earth. And what's her name? Micah's very surface level. Very surface level. And when Vanessa dumbass tried to compare his mom to Paul's mom to Micah, Paul was like, hell no. Maybe the looks, only in blonde hair and blue eyes, that's it. Paul said, hell to the no. You could tell he wanted to scoff so bad, but he didn't want to add fuel to the fire. Vanessa's just a dummy, I swear. Andy! Season 5, Andy. Oh, Andy will bring the fire. And they should have asked for fan questions like Bravo does. Take notes, Netflix. Anyways, so yeah, so she's hurt. The whole show was she's hurt. Even Micah and Paul got into it. No, sorry. Micah and Zach got into it. She's like, were you there? No. Paul was telling him everything. They were talking as guys do. So he could vouch for Paul's feelings. You know, he thought about this long and hard. It wasn't easy for him, but you know what? You have to pick yourself first. You got to choose you first at the end of the day, not say yes for TV. Paul is a real deal. Micah would have said yes for TV and for optics and for looks. Paul is a smart guy. He said, no way, Jose. Absolutely not. So where are we? Okay. Oh God. This is the part that has everyone riled the fuck up. Vanessa interviews Josh and Dame Mas Jacquelina, who did Damamos Mas. She did this season. And She kept it light. She said, so Jackie says that Marshall called her a derogatory, transphobic term. Shame on you, Jackie. Shame on you. Shame on you for claiming that he did that just to get the heat off of you. We still got smoke for you. No, he didn't. Excuse me. Ooh, let me take a sip of my tea, because this part got me riled up. Hold on, y'all. A horrendous mess. Horrendous mess. So now, let me get this straight. Let me do like Nene, and let me do like Arena. Take a deep breath and gather my thoughts. All right. Vanessa Minillo did a pre-recorded interview with Josh and Jacquelina. They discussed the timeline. She is adamant that they broke up. I think she said before the dress fitting, or she broke up with Marshall before meeting at the coffee shop with Josh. Like I said before, and I maintain, and other YouTubers have stated this as well, their interaction at the coffee shop indicates that they've been messing around before. They have been messing around since after Chelsea's birthday party. When that was in relation to the bridal fitting, I don't know. It could have been days. It could have been a week. They had been messing around since after. And then she grew tired of the charade with Marshall and broke up with him. And then tried to go public and clean it up and make it nice for the Netflix cameras. We're on to you. What you think? We stupid? You think the audience is stupid? We're on to you. We clocked you. And a second thing. So she feeds that to Vanessa Minillo. Vanessa doesn't press her. Then she says, yeah, Marshall made a derogatory term. That's when she broke up with him. Lies you tell, bitch. You was not feeling him at all. You were finding anything. Josh was still in the picture at the time. You kept calling him sweet. You kept calling him sweet and this and that. You can't listen. Gay people don't like to be called straight. You can't tell a gay person, you're straight, you're straight, you're straight. You can't call a straight person gay. You cannot do it. Interchangeable. You can't. It goes both ways. You can't do that. She kept doing that to him. So what did Josh say? Well, if I'm gay, hey, I might as well be. You got a strong jawline, so you might be right. That's not a transphobic what? That's not a transphobic remark. That's not a transphobic term. And y'all, a lot of people have vouched this. A lot of people have said the same thing. She just used that first to get the heat off of herself. And she was offended that he said she looking like a man. He said it in jest. Okay, you coming at him, of course he's gonna clap back at you. Are you kidding me? You questioned his manhood. He's gonna question your jawline. Shame on you, Jackie. And I'm pissed that Vanessa did not go hard at her. Vanessa could have said that's not a slur. Number one. Number two, why didn't Vanessa press her on her questioning his sexuality? You know why? Because Vanessa Manillo, her dumb ass, was trying to appease to the LGBTQ community and not be offensive. First of all, that's how I know you truly are not trying to... That's how do I put this? That's how I know she's not genuine in her trying to not offend the LGBTQ or the trans community. You know why? Because what you're trying to defend doesn't make sense. Well, it's not a bad thing. No, yes, it is a bad. Did you hear Vanessa say, oh, well, you are accusing him of, well, it's not a bad thing. Yes, it is. You question anybody's sexuality. You question anyone's identity, no matter what it is. It's offensive to them. No matter what it is. We live in a time, yes, it's very sensitive. Everything is sensitive. Everything is politically correct. So Vanessa, in her trying to be politically correct, she didn't do it in the right way. This was not one of those moments where you be politically correct. And that's how I know she's not genuine, because you're not clocking it. The political correctness, you're not clocking it correctly. There you go. You're not politically correcting properly. That wasn't the time. That's stupid. Oh, well, that's not a bad thing. You question anyone. You question anybody. Your identity, that's you. So you try to negate that, that's bad, no matter what it is. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Even Andy would have said that's not offensive. That's not a slur. See, the thing is, when somebody does say something, people just are not, the wokeness is not wokenessing correctly. I don't even know how to explain it. My best friend is gay. He even was like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I question a bitch too. A bitch try to come at me. Hell yeah. Well, bitch, you looking kind of strong in the jaw. Ain't nothing wrong with that. People are throwing jabs at each other. So Vanessa did a horrible job. Horrible. Number 2, Vanessa, why did you not go in on the herpes? The herps. The medication. We want to know about the herpes. We want to know, does Josh have herpes now? Or did he have herpes before? What was the medication? What was the medication for, Jacqueline? Do you have herpes, Jacqueline? You had a yeast infection? Was it monostat? Jacqueline, you got herpes, Jacqueline? They say 1 out of every 4 people have herpes, Jacqueline. Why wasn't that addressed, Jacqueline? That's why she didn't want to talk about that. So she covered it up by saying, oh, Marshall called me a slur. That's what this all is. And avoided coming, made up a stupid excuse talking about death threats from the Marshall Army. From who? From martial law? Lies you tell. She didn't want to talk about none of that, because that is embarrassing. Even though herpes is common, I guess it's fairly common. Listen, I'm negative, y'all. Shit. I don't want that shit. However, as a healthcare personnel, it is quite common. But to have that on national television is embarrassing. You know, you guys, you want to know what crossed my mind? Was Netflix shook? Did Jackie lawyer up? Did she claim HIPAA? So that's why they did not talk about the herps. She must have did something, because Netflix, I've never seen a show like back down like that. Or maybe Vanessa was just being biased. I don't know. So now they have their short little segment. Josh just sat there. I don't even remember what he said. And then they go to Marshall. Now fucking Vanessa Minillo fucking reams Marshall, which was just like, huh? Everybody, even me, I was like, what are you doing? Even the castmates, if you see them, they all had looks on their face. They looked confused. And I think they checked out after that. I think the energy this was supposed to give wasn't giving, and everybody checked out. It went downhill from there. I was not impressed. I was uninterested. For the most part, I think most of the fans were uninterested after that. Vanessa and Netflix destroyed this. Absolutely devastated and destroyed what this could have been. The energy went downhill after that. I'm sorry. Disgusting. She just went in on Marshall. Did you call her this? You said that. Did you consider Jackie's feelings? What feelings? Jackie has no feelings. And I'm so upset because Marshall was really trying to be respectful, but he should have said, how about my feelings? I have feelings. It's like he doesn't have feelings. Vanessa's just biased, and Paul said it. Go on YouTube, and I think on ET after the reunion, I'm so glad Paul said it, because this is bullshit. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. After that, uninteresting. The temperature changed. I just feel bad for season 4 because this could have been monumental for season 4, and it landed in a dud because of Vanessa Minillo and because of Netflix. The energy from last year, remember, with Cole and with oh my God, do y'all remember last year's reunion? Last year's reunion was what this year's reunion should have been, with Cole and Alexis' husband going at Cole, which I can't stand him. And what else happened? It was Zaynab and all that. That energy should have been transferred to this year's. But I am upset. Season 4 was robbed. I want a do-over. I wish we could do a do-over. However, I did see on Marshall's Instagram that he's going on I think he's going to go on some podcast, and he's going to let her rip. And I hope he does, because I think they're not under any contractual obligation anymore. Oops, excuse me. Unless they reveal more footage. You know how last year they revealed more footage? Maybe they'll do it this year. Who knows? But I hope he gets to tell his story, because what they did to him was not fair. And Josh and Jackie too, all up on social media. Listen, y'all didn't come, so stay over there, mind your business and shut up. You have no right to speak. Josh, I posted his video of he's explaining himself, talking about he has his master's degree. Master's degree does not absolve you from being a fuckboy. That don't mean shit. We know doctors and lawyers who have been arrested and act like fuckboys and hood rats and hooligans. So masters, don't take that and wipe your ass with it. You and Jacqueline, she's talking about she a dental hygienist. Your personality ain't so hygienic, bitch. Clean up your personality. Okay, clean up the herpes. I shouldn't say that, but it's giving nasty. It's giving cavities. It's giving personality filled with cavities and tartar. Shit. Unbelievable. They practically destroyed. Where do you get off having people not come to the reunion? The number one people who should have been there and whose feet should have been held to the fire were not there. You kidding me? We were robbed, y'all. We were robbed. Robbed of waiting for an hour and a half, and I feel bad. So you guys just, I guess, stay tuned, because they have a lot of cute stuff going on in the interim, in the background. So they're being interviewed left and right by different outlets. I don't know if you guys follow The Cut on YouTube, but they were on The Cut. I think it was Bliss and Zach. The Cut is like a dating show. I think it's The Cut. Yeah. Bliss and Zach, Chelsea and Kwame, and Tiff and I almost said Tiff and Frack. Tiff and Brett. I'm happy for them because they're getting a lot of attention. They were playing Truth or Drink or something like that, and they were asking who's better in bed. It's funny, it's cute. My only thing is, I just hope that these couples don't try to stick it out because they're social media famous. You know, that's just me. I just hope not. I hope it's genuine and they stay together and they really love each other. So let me know what you think, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What do y'all think about this whole reunion Netflix debacle? Do you guys feel robbed? Should we start a change.org to get Vanessa Manillo off of Love is Blind? I hope she sees all the backlash and she stays the fuck away from Love is Blind, because I think she destroyed this. I'm not even excited to watch season 5, but let me know what y'all think. All right, bye.